have a little princess back there, and sweet, sweet yellow. Can you bring her forth just as a model show walkthrough? We need these moments of preciousness to fill our hearts. Look at that. Look at her. Oh, there, yes, everything goes on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for, oh, precious. So, I want to not let this moment go by. I don't want you guys to let it go by. So take time today to look around and really see each other. We made it. It's only been a little over a week. And we made it through the night terrors, the uncertainty. There's people here today that have suffered the loss of their home, and we honor your courage to be here, to open your heart even more, to receive our love. There's those of you that just got back into your home. We hope you had a wonderful night's rest as you touched all your things. I bet that was wonderful, to touch your things. And for those of you that are now, like Kathy Rao, getting to go back, and we found out this thing at the vigil on Friday night that there's these sifters. And I thought, oh, how cool is that? A big old sifter. And you get these big pans with screens, and you sift through the ash, and you find your treasures. And you find some of your treasures transformed. And so Kathy brought a couple of hers here, as Mary was describing on the altar. We invite you, as you sort through, to offer your item to the altar. And the sweet heart there is something that was very, very precious to Kathy, because it was a gift of Karen Coffey. And so Karen Coffey has passed away a couple years ago, and she always lives in our hearts, and there it is. She lets us know. So that's what that altar is, and we invite you that know of something that you would like to share. And I'm going to have you speak to Kathy after, but she's starting a art from the ashes. And if you find an item that is transformed and looks quite different than what it was meant to be, it's art. And there's going to be a showing in January or something like that. It's all unfolding. There'll be a website for it. So that's what that is. That's something that has just unfolded. I am going to move into a ceremony, and I invite you to share in this ceremony, to take us back, because there's something that we've all recognized, that nothing's normal anymore. This has been the most unusual week. And so where do we find our ground? Where do we find our true center, our true north? Where do we find ourselves again? And we are here today in the company of one another to lean on each other, and to know that we are safe, and to know that we have many resources to help us all rebuild. Now, as I have been processing all of you all week long, my dreams have been crazy. This morning I dreamt that one of you was pregnant, had their baby right here, and it was little doll twins about this big. But I couldn't get to you because Mary had offered this place for wound care, and everybody was lying on their bellies in gurneys with big wounds that we needed to dress, and I needed to start the service. And I thought, okay, God, I'm ready to go talk to him. I can't process all of that, but it's what it's been. Where's our mind going here? Minds are going all over the place, but where our hearts, right here, right there. Right there, and they're big, big hearts, huge hearts. So our center, our ground. Now, I don't claim to be a Native American, and I don't mean any disrespect to the Native Americans as I do this ritual. In fact, I tried to find a Native American to offer this to you. So I humble myself in standing in their shoes and in their wisdom. But I want us to go back to Mother Earth. I would like to invite us all to really feel the ceremony that our original people from America taught us, showed us the way to begin in honoring the mother. So I'm going to invite Joey forward to play the flute as I speak this, and I'm going to invite Charlie forward to light the God candle first. And then you will see as I call the people who I've chosen to hold the direction, to hold the candle in that direction. So to begin with, just to recognize, as I share the prayer from the Tao, by opening our hearts to all that seems painful and difficult, we help end all suffering. We do not assume that pain and difficulty are either bad or wrong. Therefore, we do not have to find someone to blame for causing them or not fixing them. Our energy is then available for truly helpful action, not blaming. We act with power, and that is wisdom from the Tao. So we stand in a ceremony, and we recognize in this moment together that this opportunity of this circle, the circle is sacred, isn't it? All things grow in a circle, and it's the powerful symbol of our universe. And we bring that symbol here today as a teacher of truth. And so feel yourself dwelling within the circle as each of these spiritual warriors stands with the light. And I find it very intriguing how much we can't keep these lit. We can't keep the fire going. Our prayers are so strong, even we can't keep a candle lit. So I have Charlie carrying around the clicker in case the candle goes out. Our prayers are so strong. So the circle is going to show us how interrelated we all are and how related we are. It's going to show us the power of the mother, the power of the Mother Earth. The mother, the power of the deep mother has expressed prophecies as how things will be. But now we recognize not all things are written in Scripture or the Dead Sea Scrolls. Many things are written in the winds of today. And so we want to recognize that that which has been encoded in every seed that grows and every river that flows, that there is the law of the universe unfolding, beckoning us, calling us in her gentle whisper, you are okay, you are loved. So we recognize this as we hear the birds, as we see butterflies continue to fly in the air, and we continue to hear the leaves in the trees singing in the wind. We're not alone. You see, this is the divine knowing. This is the center of which we stand. So as Joey plays quietly in the background, recognize as you sit there that you are in the center, that we each have perceived something differently. We have each seen the fire from a slightly different view. We've each seen a unique reflection. It is ours to know. Let us speak now in the silence of our hearts to the center of the fire. Let us put our intentions in the center of the fire and see it spiraling into the universe. I ask you, what do you value now? And what do you let go of? Let the circle of these four directions speak to you today and bring you back to balance. Ask for your guidance as you deeply listen. We are restored through music, through poetry, through dance, through practice of stillness and meditation and prayer. So we're listening deeply, and we are seeking wisdom, balancing any rough times that we have experienced with gentleness, and looking at our tenacity partnered with our flexibility. Some of us have been very brave and tenacious. And please, those of you, welcome in our humble offerings to you, our love, our willingness to hold you and to care for you. So we are all just being here as we are, turning within, recognizing as Charlie comes forward and lights this first tall candle. It is the God candle. It is that which every single one of us rose to the call. It represents also those of us that said, come, stay, be in my home, be safe, come here, be in my home. It represents all of us who offered rooms. It represents every department store that said, come, shop, take what you need. Every item that was offered. And so that candle, as it starts to move, Charlie, I'm going to have you carry that, and Roy is going to represent over here to the south. Roy represents one of those that was evicted for a very long time. Houses around him burnt, his survived. They did not know, but what they did with their week of time was spend it serving others, being present here at the center, caring for our lawns, caring, reaching out, holding one another. So as we think of the South, we recognize the South. This is where the sun is at its highest point. It's a place of fullness, of physical strength, of our vigor. Feel that. Remember, this is about you. In the South, remember, plants become green again. Remember, there's a fullness of life. Kites fly high and there's laughter of children. Remember to hear laughter again. In the South, we play and prepare for the fall. Matters of the heart and intimacy are learned in the South. It is here where we feel our feelings for each other and learn to express how we're feeling. The South, a place of the heart, generosity, sensitivity to the feelings of others. Feel yourself facing the South of your heart, feeling the loyalty and the passion and the love that we feel for one another. In the South, our physical bodies are tested and we learn to discipline our bodies and train and discipline ourselves so that we respond to the commands that are now before us. We train ourselves to learn to move gracefully, to learn to sing and to play, to hear music, to learn to play music. We are the artist here. In the South, we learn that all great things are possible, and we can feel our feelings and motivate our feelings to be in service to others. The South. And as we go to the West, I offer Silka and Gil lost their home. They bless us today with their presence here, finding room for all of us to enter in. They were away. They represent those people that were away traveling, learning deeper truths at a retreat, and then hearing the word, that their home was no more. And so we hold them, representing those that were traveling far away and lost everything, nothing to retrieve. And we think about the West. The sun goes down in the West. Daylight turns to darkness, and it was the darkness these last weeks that we feared. The walls of our vision closed in around us, and we were quieted. But remember, this is a time, to relax, to review what has been. It symbolizes the sunset of our lives. It is the direction of something unknown and of going within. It's a place of dreaming, meditating, and prayer. This place is a mystery, but it's a place that is testing our will and stretching us to our deepest strength. It is a gift, and we welcome it. And as you draw towards your goal, you recognize that this journey, this challenge, though very difficult, painful, and not over soon, we stand by you. We recognize that we gather our power, all of our power, to help you heal. All of our power to protect and defend and to nurture. The power to help you see and to help you know. That we've turned to the laws of God now to hold this power, to hold this stamina, to hold this truth for you as you rebuild. Out of the darkness, you are learning the passion of loyalty and deep spiritual insight. Our insight is learned by shutting out the noise of the outside world, going deep, deep into the stillness which I know both of you know. Your practice has brought you here. Things will come again into your life, but nothing has torched the fire of your longing for the divine in your life. The Master holds you, and you are held. Rest in that as you persevere. Accept it all just as it is. Be humbled and take a vow to always stay this deeply connected to Spirit. You have learned the greatest sacrifice. The mystery of sacrifice is that there is no sacrifice. We learn that each gift of life, there is a price. And we learn that when we give, we are given unto. So let us give unto you. We release this, just knowing that our hearts go with you. And we turn to the north. My directions, I never did learn a compass. North, okay. Place of winter, Kathy, represents another one that lost her home, lost everything, is now getting to use the sifter, brought us the altar, brought us her amazing intuition to bring a plan, something for us to do, to create art through all of this. She also represents someone to me that is walking the walk. At the vigil the other night, she allowed herself to wail, to cry, to grieve, to let it out. May we all be that brave, no matter where we are, to suddenly let down our demeanor, let down our masks, and wail and scream and cry at this fire until it is extinguished, till every tear wipes away the flames. Let us be that brave as we remember the call of this direction. It's where we're reminded of all our elders and our ancestors, everyone that's gone before us. It's the place of the elder. And remember that there is a place of abundance here for all our people. The leaves in the north have fallen from the trees, and the limbs stand naked, basic, and covered with crystal icicles. The north is the dawning place of our true, crystal clear wisdom, a wisdom that is simple, basic, and direct. May you know that. as you face this in your own experience, the direct conduit. Yes, you are now truly understanding, I am one with the divine. I am imprinted and pierced through the heart space of my body, and I know my way now. Through this and through all things, I stand with my people. I serve with my people, and I rise again. I rise from the ashes, and I make something beautiful out of something that has been so incredibly horrific. I bless Kathy on her journey and her allowing me in. And I move to Greg Ryman as he moves towards the front as we face the east. Greg reminds me of one that opened their home to all that were seeking safety. The one that bravely went into the different fire areas and helped people see what they had a hard time seeing. He stood by them. He housed the pets that had no home. His heart wept as he watched the fire glow across the river, our waters, our river. He represents that piece of all of us. This is where the sun rises every day. It represents the dawn of life, birth, renewal. You see that? Birth and renewal, rebirth. Yeah, rebuilding, rebirth. We face that in ourselves. We stand, remember, we're reorienting ourselves to the mother, to the grace, to the holy ground upon which we stand. This is who we are. This is who we are as a people. And just like this place of the east, the place of illumination, this is where the light comes in. So practice. Practice deeply in your heart space the moments to turn to the directions and thank this holy ground. Thank the winds, the air, the fire. Yes, bless the fires as they tame down, and we recognize we still do need the fire, the motivation to move on and to transform. Think about the eagle. The eagle is from this direction, and he says to us, the vision draws what is distant even closer. So like the eagle, whatever we felt distant from, anywhere in our experience spiritually in this time of our life, we're called in closer. We're called in right next to it. And our heart beats stronger, and love is pouring through us. And we're feeling as the eagle watches the movement of all things, knows the hiding places of even the smallest. The eagle, the capacity to watch over and guard the well-being of others. We stand in that energy. To stand over the well-being of all of us, we stand as one. We cannot truly lead people. We lead ourselves. We lead ourselves. We recognize that we are returning to spontaneity and to joy, to courage, to truthfulness, to beautiful speech, being willing to be vulnerable and devoted in serving others, the ability to see clearly, focus what's on at hand. This is the place where we stand now. The call to the Father, to the One, to that which is nameless, to the Tao, to the mystery, to the truth, to the Spirit, to love. We call upon it. We call upon it, whatever the name is. Our hearts open so vast. We hold our community. We hold all the fires, all the animals, all the families, all the homes lost. Not just our people, all people going through this. We are holding it in this great love that the flute calls us to. That's what we're doing. That's the spiritual journey. We are healing as we stand in that. We're sending energy and we see our feet are touching the Mother Earth, we're sending back our willingness to stay. Yeah, we're going to stay. We're going to stay. And we look within to the inner spirit that is connecting all of us. This prayer to honor Creator, great mystery, source of all knowing and comfort. Cleanse this space. Cleanse our air of all the negativity. Leave only in the air the memories of the loss, so that we can bear that. We can bear that. But let us breathe again. Let our air be washed clean. Let our waters run over the rocks to filter and renew their force, their purity, to give refreshment to each and every one of us. Let the sun shine again. Let the sky be blue again. This is where we want to begin. Cleanse this space of all negativity. Open our pathway to peace and understanding. Love and light fills each one of us in our sacred space. Our work here shall be beautiful. Our work here shall be meaningful. We banish all energies that would mean us harm, and we pray our eternal gratitude. We pray our eternal gratitude in this luminous field, this sacred space that, yes, we have created here. And I thank you. And so it is. Thank you, light bearers. Thank you for the wind of his heart speaking to us. May we feast together, share together, break bread together, have reverence for life, for the elements, so that we continue to walk this walk, to balance ourselves, to purify the air, the water, and to have the reverence for all the life. There is a great yogi that says these words: stillness is the altar of spirit. There is no limit of the deepening of stillness. There is no limit of ever new joy. We here are experiencing ever new joy. Ever new joy is blessing us. Let us just go with that knowing and share, please. Share your stories. Let us know what you need. I have so many people that are waiting to give, and the cycle continues. So let us bless this moment with a beautiful song and just know we are one. Thank you.